But yeah, it's so cool to see. Now, what I want to do, this is like a perfect off-season thing to do, is so you said you were a manager at this time, right?
Yep.
So sort of, what do you remember about this game? Like, it was Illinois was handling most of the game, right? And then Michigan State obviously got it really close. Michigan State, I think, had lost like 3 or 4 games in a row, even though they're ranked 9th. So sort of what was going on, and what do you remember from this game? For people listening or not paying attention, this was Illinois upsetting number 9 Michigan State, Iowa's freshman year.
Yeah. As you can see by the record, we're not very good. I was behind the bench that game. Just being a junior, I wasn't behind the bench every game. So this was a sick game to be at, of course. Just another opportunity for Io to take over the game. And, those Michigan State teams were elite. The next year's team, I think, with Cassius and those guys on Michigan State, I think they actually could have won the national championship. Cassius was one of the best players I ever saw play in person in college, at least. But even beating them this year, it was surprising, of course. I mean, we were 7-15 and they were ranked 9. It was an all-time day in State Farm Center, though. All the students were loving it. The best man at my wedding, his dad's a Michigan State fan. I got him tickets to the game, free tickets, of course. And he was wearing Michigan State gear. I'm like, that's the last time I ever get you free tickets in the Illinois section, whatever. So that was nice to beat them there, kind of show him. But yeah, all-time game. It kind of showed like how Illinois was like heading in the right direction. Like we beat Maryland at MSG, which was like a good win. We beat Michigan State, which was like a really good win. I think that team showed flashes, just didn't have enough to, put together a good season. And I think you kind of saw that towards the end of the year. Io started to get going, and I think that kind of just started his confidence into his sophomore year. And of course, he was amazing. And we had Trent back and Georgie and Kofi, coming in. So it was a good team. Feliz, I think, too. Like, he was pretty solid his junior year, but he developed into a really, really good player in his second year, too. So it's kind of just like a building block towards, getting back to the NCAA tournament. I know we didn't technically make it, but I think everyone can agree we were in the NCAA tournament. And this year was really just a building block.
Yeah, Tevian Jones game. I remember that at MSG. But I think I came down. I went to school about an hour north of Champaign. I came down for this Michigan State game with a buddy who was a Michigan State fan, and we were pretty high up, and it was pretty empty. I think that was the last time I remember being at a Big Ten game at State Farm Center that was that empty, up high at least. But after the game, seeing all the fans and stuff like that on the court. Now, same season here. This was like a week or two later, right? At Ohio State.
That's in my memory.
Yeah. Well, because we're 9-15 here, so it would have been
9-15. Yeah, 1-2 straight. I'm telling you, we were getting it going.
Yeah. This Ohio State team made the tournament. Again, I think this was a game where you were up like a few points the whole game, and then Ohio State ties it, presses you.
Huge.
Do you remember this game at all?
No, I remember this game. Yeah. Similar. You're the worst team, so you're definitely not going to blow out the team. And Io just hits a clutch shot, 14 points there. That was all time. I think that Ohio State team, I forget exactly, they did make the tournament, right? And they were pretty good.
EJ Liddell,
Yeah, so that was a nice win for the boys. And, so you see Io 2 for 6 from 3 that game, and now you see him like 5 for 5 in the NBA playoffs. It's crazy.
Man, yeah, that's so let's see. We got Trent, Georgie, Aaron Jordan, Io, and is that Felice?
Can't see really.
Oh, sorry, number at the top wing over there.
Yeah, that is Felice up there. It's 10.
Man, what a squad! It's crazy how far we've come. Like, just talent. I mean, those dudes were awesome. De La Rosa, right?
Yep, and Alan off the bench too. Kipper
Nichols. What a squad! This is the one you mentioned a little bit ago.
Yep. See, I remember the ones out, my last year a little bit more because I was at them all. But yeah, Benjamin's going crazy. Great dude. But yeah, that one was sweet. I mean, 10-5 over Brad Davison. in the Kohl Center. That was awesome.
Yeah, so I remember watching this one because, again, you were handling most of the game, like up a few points. Wisconsin makes it close or even takes the lead. And you hadn't beaten Wisconsin. You hadn't won there in like 10 years, right? At the Kohl Center?
Yeah, haven't beat Wisconsin. Well, it's crazy if you look at the Wisconsin and Illinois history. The Wisconsin beat Illinois like 10 years in a row, and then like we beat them like 8 times in a row. It's like a cycle of, I mean, it's evened out a little bit recently, but yeah, we didn't beat them for like years until this one.
Yeah, so I remember this. I remember stressing out and being like, you got to be kidding me. These suckers are going to beat us again. But
yeah, I mean, we would run this play all the time. Or I guess Brad would if you go back to.
Yeah, sort of break it down for me. I'd love to hear. I'll try to get it on the right spot this time. But
the Wisconsin one,
yeah.
Just a simple like Trent handoff into a Kofi ball screen, where Kofi's just diving to the rim, and you see Georgie kind of like over there. He might be setting a screen for kind of a curl over there, but you pretty much just have Trent on this side. So these big guys down here or these guards down here for Wisconsin, like they have to choose: is this guy going to go with Kofi or is he going to stay with Trent? Same with the big guy. Is he going to stay with Kofi or is he going to let Ayo, have a floater or a jump shot? So Trent being such a good 3-point shooter, it's like this guy on the left side. Left side if you're kind of in Ayo's head right now.
Yeah.
He's got to stay with Trent because if you leave Trent, that's knockdown shooter.
Right.
Make that. And then this big guy wants to stay with Ayo, but who's going to be with Kofi? So one of these guys down here has to be with Kofi, and the big guy just doesn't stay with Ayo far enough. Brad Davison is a good defender. He thinks he gets through to Ayo, but that step back jumper is a little bit too lethal for him.
Man, that's like the MJ shot in the flu game or whatever against the Jazz, but. So let's see. You got Kofi, Georgie, Griffin.
Alan Griffin in there.
Alan Griffin, Trent, and Ayo out there. Yeah, that was what a game, boss man. Yeah. Man, some of the best parts was when Ayo, like after the shot, like the faces he would make and like the ice in the veins thing.
Yeah, ice in his veins.
It is crazy to. I mean, we'll get through some more of these, but it really did feel like there was a stretch where if there was a minute or less left, he wasn't going to miss.
Yeah, that's a tough shot right there, for real.
And this was a Northwestern team. Yeah, you should have easily beaten them, and every time Northwestern played you for some reason back then, it was really, really close.
Yeah, that play was a simple roll replace. Like Trent was low key open on that one too a little bit, but I mean Ayo took a contested three. Like you see Trent kind of replace Kofi.
Yeah.
And this guy right here, number 12, who's behind Kofi right now. Both those guys kind of stay with him, and Ayo can throw that throwback right there, but he kind of just takes it himself. Why give the ball up if you're gonna make it, right?
Holy cow! Yeah, he's got. I mean, Felice is open here in the corner. Trent's wide open. Georgie's open, but.
Look at all the eyes on him, too. There's 4 guys in the paint waiting for him. Georgie's got to spread out a little bit more, but that's besides the point.
Also, the worst shot in basketball, a deep two with your foot on. But, hey, yeah, if you know it's going in, then see, we're 12-5. That would have been after the Wisconsin game.
Yeah.
And then.
What a pretty good run. 14-5 now after 10-5.
Yeah. This was. We might need to rank a few of them at the end, but I think this is my favorite just because I've always had bad taste for Michigan, and this was just so smooth.
And this is just ISO ball, like go get a game.
And the flex at the end is like the best part.
LeBron Selly.
Yeah. So let's see. I don't know if what do you remember about this one? Do you remember sort of being there, or was it?
Oh yeah. I mean, you can see me if you zoom in a little bit, looking up a little bit. I couldn't see Underwood's in front of me, but I mean, it's a simple just ISO. Like Xavier Simpson's so much smaller than Ayo.
Yeah,
all the guys pretty much like in a line. Besides Trent's up a little bit, but sometimes you see DeMonte come up or Georgie come up for a ball screen, but I think Ayo is just like, nah, like I'm good. I got Xavier Simpson on me. He just rises up above him like no problem. It's not like he did, anything too crazy of a move. But
I mean, it's good defense.
Yeah, and you could hear him say game too, like in the arena. I mean, Michigan's arena is not the
Chrysler, yeah.
not the not really a bucket list place. I mean, big house, sure, but place wasn't that loud, and especially with you could hear a pin drop right when he shoots it, and he just goes game right before it goes in. So
he said Ayo said game before the ball went in.
Yeah, you can hear it on the broadcast too, which is crazy. Like we all knew it, but then if you watch the replay, like with the sound on, you can kind of hear it in the background. He just like says game, and you can see our bench go crazy.
Let's see if we can hear it.
Dosunmu trying to create space. Oh, the shot!
Like so little.
Yeah, I think
with 0.5 on the game.
It's like a game. Like
yeah, so, I'm sure if I listen close, but
put some AirPods in after this. Maybe meditate a little bit to Ayo game winners, and you'll hear it a little bit.
Man, yeah, what a season this one is low-key underrated too at Penn State.
Yeah.
Just because of him being out for a while, coming back, and then this was like the best Penn State team of the 21st century. So
yeah, I can't believe we had number 9. I don't even remember that, but we did beat them on the road too, which is crazy.
So do you have any recollection of this one at Penn State?
He had a couple in this game. So the one I was talking about, like they were trying to force him left or right, and then he just went left like that. Yeah, floater.
That was nasty.
Yeah, because he was going right all game, and they were like, all right, we got to force him left. And I say split the ball screen, but I guess it was more of a go screen by Trent, and he just goes left. I mean, you can see him. He's not letting him go right, that defender right there. It's like you got to go left, and that floater is just so beautiful.
Man, I remember the roller coaster of he got hurt against Michigan State when he broke his nose or whatever.
That was the year after, but he did slip against Michigan State.
It was against Michigan State at home. You're right. Okay.
Yeah. He slipped because the managers didn't wipe down the water enough. No, I'm just kidding.
Is that actually what happened?
Well, he slipped, and it was right by our bench, so it was like, is that our fault? Like, you see that sometimes a little bit. But I was bored, man, so like I didn't wipe the floor, so I
got it. So it wasn't on you.
But I think he was fine after that. He had a little knee injury, like hyperextended a little bit, but he was fine.
Yeah, that was almost bad, but so he came back. I remember it was kind of like last minute that they announced he was going to play, and then this is just so filthy from the free throw line.
Yeah, just beautiful.
Crazy.
That was a nice all-access game too. I got a lot of camera time that game.
There you go. So this one, again, Indiana was keeping it really close. You're only up 2 with a minute and a half, and Ayo just pulls up.
Yeah, just rises up. Everyone goes to the baseline. All right, you do your thing.
Yeah, look how far away everybody is.
Late shot clock. I mean, him going to his right is usually the thing that we wanted to do, and I just love that too, where he just smiles at the crowd.
Yeah.
That was the second to last home game, I think.
Yeah. And so this is.
He had so many games. There's so many plays.
I know.
On transition, layup, just so many big shots.
So that was Indiana at home. This is Iowa at home. 76-74, 30 seconds left. And just that was his shot, man.
Tough shot.
It did feel like he was there was like a chunk of that season where he was 100% from like the elbow.
I think this game too, he really did think it was going to be his last home game, and like you can kind of see it in the celebration too. It was like, I don't know if I'll show it, but he's just like so like locked in this game because I think he did think it was going to be his last home game. Obviously, we didn't think the season was going to get canceled at that point, but of course, we kind of go into the 2021 season now, which I wasn't a part of. But he had so many good shots too here.
So yeah, this is his junior year, his last year. You can see there's nobody at these games.
Yeah, it's 6 feet away.
So we're up 5 with a little under 2 minutes left, and Ayo just hits a dagger 3 against Indiana. Man, that season was such a crazy season. Man, Nebraska, I forgot about this game. Nebraska gave you such a fit.
Yeah.
That COVID year.
Our logo is kind of looking red.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. We were number 6, and they were 4-11, but they were scrappy.
So crazy to see, like, just no stands there.
I know. So up 3 and over, less than 30 seconds left. Ayo pulls up a deep 3, crossover, knocks it down, and then I think this might be the last.
This one. Yep.
That was so. This was more like the Timberwolves one almost.
Yeah, he just pulled that one. Don't waste no time. I remember that.
Up 5 with 45 seconds left, and he just pulls up from like 32 feet.
Whew.
Knocks it down.
Bang. We're number 5 in the country.
Yeah, what a run. Yeah, I think that was the last one. Well, if you had to pick, what was your favorite one from all those?
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, I do really like the Michigan one. I guess just to be a little different, like I really like the Penn State one. Like that one sticks in my mind a lot. Like obviously I remember all these, but some of them I need to be reminded of because he just like hit so many of them. I did like Iowa. He had like a fast break that, I mean, he had so many fast break points where it was like, you know, just gliding through, like looks so easy and just it was basically just a work of art. But I do like that Penn State one though, because I mean he went right like every single time, and people would try to not let him go right. He splits the ghost screen, or Trent has a ghost screen. He goes between the legs. It's a nice floater at Penn State, and I think that one sticks with me a lot. I think.
Yeah, I think Penn State. I think that one would probably be second for me, and then maybe Wisconsin.
Yeah, it's tough to choose.
Those are tough. Yeah, Michigan's number 1 for me for sure. But those, I mean, again, it just felt like there was a stretch where I was going to take the last shot. It was going to go in. And no surprise that he goes, maybe a little bit of a surprise that he went for 43 in a playoff game, 5 for 5 from 3. But Illinois fans, I think, are less surprised than the rest of the country. So